All right, let me make up a scenario for you. Let's say that you're a music student and you really just want to be like a jazz drummer or something. So you're obsessed with jazz, you're playing as much as you can, and you have to find some way to support yourself because unfortunately in this world, jazz doesn't pay the bills. So you're working as a server at a restaurant, and let's pick some kind of non-typical city. So let's say you're not in like New York. Let's say you're in like Coral Gables in Florida. Very expensive. Maybe you've got rich parents, I don't know. And so you're working as a server there. Glassdoor says it's like on average $40,000 to $80,000 a year. What would it take if you wanted to become a real estate agent instead and sell houses to support your life as a jazz musician? How many houses would you have to sell? Would it be possible? Is it hard? So here's the breakdown. Houses in Coral Gables right now are almost $500,000. Zillow is saying $1,475,000 on average for a house there. But how many houses would you have to sell? And is that number achievable or kind of out of reach for the average real estate agent? Because again, you're not going to be doing this full time. Commission on a sale of one of those houses, just one house, is going to be $73,000, maybe even 74. And that's an average 5% commission rate. You might even get a better rate than that. But you don't take that whole number home. You actually split that twice. Once with the other agent, because let's say you're representing the buyer, they're representing the seller. So you each split that in half. Then you split it again because as a real estate agent, you are represented by a brokerage. And so that brokerage gets a cut as well. We'll say that's half too. That could be more or less than half depending on how advanced you are in your career and what kind of brokerage you sign up for. Again, we'll just go middle of the road. We'll say it's half. So selling one of those houses, once all the commission breakdowns and splits are done, leaves you with just over $18,000 of revenue coming off of that sale. That's a lot of jazz. So how many houses does it take to make up that $80,000 that you could be getting as a pretty successful server in Coral Gables? We divide that out by the $18K that you're getting. It's going to be a little bit over 4, let's call it 5 houses that you would need to sell in Coral Gables to make up the same amount of income. The upside is that you don't have to work 40 hours a week or 50 or 60. So that gives you lots of flexibility to play jazz late into the night and even into the morning and still make it to an open house at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. whenever open houses start in Miami. So that's the breakdown. But is it realistic to try and sell 5 houses in a year as a real estate agent? You might see numbers as low as 2, but that's not coming from full-time real estate agents. So the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, says that typically a full-time real estate agent is selling between 10 and 12 houses in a year. Now, that's not a guarantee that if you're part-time, you would sell 5 or 6, but I think it's a pretty good indication that it could be realistic to sell 5 or 6 houses in a year without it having to be a 60-hour, 80-hour a week kind of approach. So let me know in the comments if you even like jazz at all, if you would try this, if you think it's realistic or unrealistic, and I'll see you guys in the next video.